But before the break, I was readying myself for an awesome road trip up Namibia's very scary Skeleton Coast. As I'm about to take a perilous journey into a desolate desert, I'll need this four-wheel drive, which costs about £70 a day. But I'll also need the right kind of specialist supplies.
So we got some sweets, got some butterscotch, very important. They had my favourite, Cinderella, a glamorous mix of fruit jelly sweets. And finally, very happy to find this, because everyone loves a threesome on the road.
200 miles of this salty track north of me, there's a luxury lodge waiting. And there I can begin my search for the rare desert-adapted elephants.
And I've got a nasty feeling that for the next 4 hours, it's going to look almost exactly like that.
It's lonely out here, but we've only got an hour when we hit a family on holiday. Well, not actually hit a family on holiday, but we find them on the side of the road, soaking up the glorious and lush surroundings.
It does seem a pretty bleak beach.
No, I think it might seem that there's nothing to do, but we don't want to do much, you know. We work all the year, yes, you know, so we just want to come here and relax.
I see. And you're not worried about the sharks in there?
They're not really sharks, you know. It's cold water. It's the Benguela sea stream, you know, so it's not really sharks. It's small ones. It's not the big white shark like in Durban.
I've heard that that's a big breeding ground for great whites out there.
No,
actually.
that's not true.
Okay.
Really?
That's what I heard yesterday, but...
Oh well,
you know,
maybe it's true, but it's better not to know such things.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And it would also be better not to know that this part of the coast has claimed so many lives in the past, it looks like they've had to invent a whole new set of road signs to make its dangers clear.
Please, please let there be someone here.
It seems a bit odd that I've got to pay a £2 toll to travel through miles of nothing, but the gatekeepers also check me in and out of the park to make sure I make it through the other end alive.
They're the best gates I've ever seen in the world. So, we're off. Thank you again.
Once you're through these sinister gates, it all becomes a lot more barren. There's even less of the nothing we saw on the first part.
Now, if it's not clear already, the reason they call it the Skeleton Coast is basically because it's so deadly. If people got shipwrecked here, they were basically screwed, because it's just sand that way for miles and miles and miles and miles. Can you imagine getting shipwrecked in the sea over there and then tramping across the desert and in the distance seeing these glistening pools and thinking, at last it's water, and then leaping into them and finding that it's just solid salt? There's the sea, there's the sand, and there's more sand for about 70 miles.
There's really nothing here, though people have tried to make something of it. After all, other parts of Namibia provide 30% of the world's diamonds, so they had a look for them here, and they tried drilling for oil too. All that's left is the set for a horror movie waiting to happen.
I bet everyone had a real laugh when they were working here.
This is now a national park that's celebrated for the absence of things. It's a place to come to when you're looking for more of less. Call it a headspace. But still, it's a relief when we finally arrive at Doris Noah's camp in Damaraland.
You know, people say, oh, that was a hell of a drive.